Because for every act of sex you enter into with any woman outside marriage, depreciate the value of your loins. So if you want to know the quality of children that will be coming out from the loins of a man, you are going to study his level of sexual discipline. So as a woman, you need to study. Why you should study the type of man that you want to get married to is because you need to understand, you need to know, you need to ascertain the quality of his loins by studying the type of life that man is living. Hello people, welcome to Relationship Mysteries. In today's video, I want to talk on 9 reasons why you should study the type of man you'll be getting married to as a woman. 9 reasons why you should study the type of man you will be getting married to as a woman. I will start this video by telling you, just like I said about you studying the type of woman you want to marry as a man. I will start this video by saying all men too are not the same. You will hear some women that will tell you all men are the same. No. Men are different and our lifestyles are different. The way we think are different. So every man is moderated from his mentality. It is the mentality of one man that will separate him from another man. So as a woman, before you enter into relationship or marriage with any man, you need to study the type of man that you are getting married to. If you don't do that, you will live to regret that marriage. A lot of women are living in marital pain today. Why? They failed to study the type of man that they were getting married to. So now I want to tell you the reasons why you should study is a must. If you want to be happy in your marriage tomorrow, if you want to be happy in that relationship, it is always paramount that you study the nature, the behavior, the thinking pattern, the character of the man you'll be getting married to. The reasons are obvious, and I'm going to tell you the 9 reasons now. Number 1 is that every man represents a generation. So if you want to have a blessed, excellent, kingly, prosperous generation, they will come out from the man that you will be getting married to tomorrow. Every man you see is a foundation. Every man you see is a generation. It is from men that generation proceed forth. So when you are looking at a man, you are looking at a generation, even though he's one. Every man is like a seed. That's why a seed can produce a large forest, a single seed. And that is the way men are. So even though you are looking at that boy, inside that boy is a man. And inside every man is a generation. That's why you don't need to play with the issue of marriage. In fact, carelessness and laziness is not permitted. It's not tolerated in the area of marriage and relationship. Because your husband, your would-be husband, your intended partner represents a generation. Without a man, there will be nothing like generation. So every generation came forth from a single man. Just like you as a man that is watching me now, you are a generation, you are a potential generation waiting to be manifested. So if you as a woman, if you have proper understanding of what I'm talking about, about now, you need to study the type of man that you'll be getting married to tomorrow. Don't play with this. The second reason why you should study the type of man you want to get married to is because the quality of every man's loins are not the same. The quality of every man's loins are never the same. The quality of a man's loins is different from the other man because of our lifestyle, our character, our ideology. I will still do a video about loins. Then I will go deep to explain so many things. Because inside the loins of a man, that is the areas where you have the sperm of men. That is the area where the sperm of men are stored. We call it the epididymis, around the loins of a man. Because the loins of a man represent the strength, the area of the strength of every man. That is why any man that is powerful at heart, most of the time they are not powerful with their loins. Do you know why? Because they will not waste their energy sleeping with women here and there. That is why the quality of a man's loins can be lowered if he's careless sexually. Because every sex that a man enters into with a woman impacts the quality of his loins. Where the sperm that will come out from him will emanate from, will be produced and will be stored. So when you are looking at a man's loins, you are looking at a generation. So the quality of our loins will determine the quality of the generation that will come out of us. So as a woman, you need to study the lifestyle, the character, the mentality of the man that you want to get married to. If a man is careless, if a man is sexually careless, just know that the seed that will come out of his loins will always be of a lower quality. Men that have this understanding, that's why they don't sleep with women anyhow. They are sexually disciplined. Because for every act of sex you enter into with any woman outside marriage, depreciate the value of your loins. So if you want to know the quality of children that will be coming out from the loin of a man, from the loins of a man, you are going to study his level of sexual discipline. So as a woman, you need to study. Why you should study the type of man that you want to get married to is because you need to understand, you need to know, you need to ascertain the quality of his loins by studying the type of life that man is living. The third reason why you should study the type of man you are going to get married to is because every man represents a foundation and a destiny of his family. Do you know why a lot of families are suffering? Do you know why a lot of families are in pain? Because the fathers that are supposed to represent the foundation of a great destiny lived a wayward life. They lived a reckless life. They entered into evil covenant. And because of that, they plunged the destiny and the foundation of their descendants into darkness. So every man you see represents a destiny and a foundation to a generation that will soon come. Your husband represents a destiny and a foundation to your children that will be born tomorrow. And for this reason, you need to study the type of man that you want to get married to. The fourth reason why you should study the type of man you want to get married to is because every man will reproduce himself in his children. What people don't know is that wherever children are to be born, wherever two persons enter into marriage, what happens is that for them to produce their child, God will always take from what the man is, and he will take from what the woman is. He will bring both of them together, and then he will reproduce these two individuals in their children. So every child you see is a reproduction of his parents. So, and every man will reproduce himself in his children. So if the man you are in relationship with, if the man that you are dating is stupid, what it means is that he's going to reproduce stupidity in his children. If the man you want to get married to, or you are married to now, is a foolish man, just like Nabal in the Bible, he's going to reproduce that level of his foolishness in your children tomorrow. And as a woman, you don't need to play with it. If you have the understanding of what I'm saying, that you don't need to be careless when it comes to the issue of relationship and marriage, because every man will reproduce what they are, what he is in his child. So if a man is a man of honor, if he's a man of destiny, if he's a man of greatness, if he's a man of success, what it means is that he's going to reproduce that is honorable life in his children. That is why you see that when some children are born, even as they are growing, they are already foolish and stupid because of the way their father is. That is why there are children that are already drunkards from their womb, because a drunkard reproduced himself in his children. Some children are already drug addicts because a drug addict father reproduced that his character and his behavior in his children. The only thing is that that character, that attitude, that lifestyle will only wait for a time and a season to start manifesting in the life of the children. If a man is a liar, he will always reproduce. What I want you to know is that men will always reproduce their nature in their children. And if you as a woman, you need to be careful. That is the reason why you need to study the type of man you'll be getting married to. Because that man will definitely reproduce. That man will definitely reproduce his nature in his children. And those children he gave birth to will definitely grow up to become a generation. So that means if a man is stupid, he will produce a stupid generation. If a man is intelligent, he will produce an intelligent generation. Another reason why as a woman watching this video now should study the type of man you want to get married to is because the future of your children depends on him. Remember, I said the future of your children depends on the man. He is the one that will guide the children into an expensive destiny. And it's equally that your husband that will guide his children into a destiny of shame. He's the one that will guide his children into a shameful destiny. So the future of every child depends on his father. That's why we always say that fathers represent root and destiny for their children. As a woman that has this understanding, do you still need to play with the issue of marriage? Do you still need to be careless with the issue of relationship? No. If you have this understanding that the man you are dating now, that the man you are in marriage now, will definitely, the future of your children, the children that will come out of your womb, will equally depend on him. You don't need to be careless about that. That was why Jesus had to come from the lineage the ancestry of his father David. So what it means is that every great father will give birth to children with great future. Every father that has a destiny of shame will produce shameful children. So it is your responsibility as a woman. It's more than I love you, you love me. No. A lot of things need to be put into consideration. A lot of things need to be put into consideration for you to say to that man, yes, I accept your marriage proposal. You need to combine a lot of factors before you will accept marriage proposal from any man. Another reason why you should study the type of man you will get married to is because your life is tied to him. If you are a single woman, you can live your life the way you want. You can do what you want. You can go about your destiny the way you want. You can go out and come in the way you want. You can dress the way you want. You can talk the way you want. But immediately you say to a man, yes, I do. Your life, immediately your bride price has been paid. Your life, your destiny is tied to the man in your life. Whatever that affects that man affects you. The way that man lives his life will affect you. The behavior of that man will affect you in that marriage. The mentality of that man will affect you in that relationship. So what you have indirectly done is that you have handed your life over to that man. So marriage means that both of you are handing your lives over to each other. To manage, to supervise, to monitor, to observe, and to care for. So as a woman, you need to study the type of man. If you understand that your life, whether you will live long on earth or not, depends on the kind of husband you are married to. That is that when you see a woman that is married to a wise and intelligent man, you will always see that woman, she will always glow, she will always blossom. But if you see a woman that is married to a wicked man, you will see it all over her skin. You will see it in her countenance. You will see it in her facial expression. You even see it in the way she walks. Women that are married to great men, they always walk with confidence in life. But women that are married to evil and wicked men, you will see that they will always be sick. From every week, they will be in one clinic, one hospital, from one hospital. You know, they don't have peace of mind in that marriage. So your destiny, your life as a woman is tied to the type of man you are married to. So if you have this understanding, do you need to play about the person that will become your husband tomorrow? No. You need to study the person that is coming to seek for your hand in marriage. Because at the end of the day, whether you will go high or you will go low in life depends on that man. Another reason why you should study the type of man that you'll be getting married to is because the financial body of the family will rest majorly on him. As a helpmate, you will contribute in one way or the other. But the truth is that at the end of the day, the financial responsibility, the financial burden of that marriage will rest on that man. And that's why they always say there is no romance without finance. So you don't need to play with the issue of finance when it comes to marriage. Because that thing is what we pay the school fees of your children. Money is what we pay house rent. Money is what we buy that house. That both of you. Money is what we give both of you that good life you want to live. Money is what we take care of you too as a woman. Money determines the quality of food that will enter into your mouth. So if you understand The type of school that your children will go to tomorrow depends on the financial power muscle of your husband. So if you have this understanding, you will always come to agreement with me that the financial responsibility of that marriage will rest majorly on the man. And that is another reason why you should study the type of man you'll be getting married to. Another reason why you should study the type of man that you'll be getting married to is because he's the one that will determine the atmosphere in your home. What do you think that happens in a family where the man is always beating his wife? Do you see peace in that family? Do you sense anything like peace or love in that place? No. What you will always see in that home is bitterness, anger, resentment, pain, written all over the atmosphere in that family. So as a woman, you need to understand that that man that you'll be getting married to will always determine the atmosphere of your home. Apart from you, you need to be careful with that. Because he's the one that bears the rod of love and discipline. If the children will be well behaved, the man as their father, your husband as their father, or the man that you'll be marrying tomorrow, that will marry you tomorrow, will determine the behavior of your children. He's going to impact his discipline, his life, his ideology into your children. So if you have this understanding, the atmosphere of every home is also determined by the man. So if the man is a troublesome person, you are going to have a toxic atmosphere. If the man is a peace-loving soul, you are going to have a peace-loving atmosphere. And the man is also going to bring moral discipline in the life of your children. So marriage is not something that you should toy with. Marriage is not a place you enter in to do guesswork. Marriage is not a place where you go to do trial and error. You need to be careful what you are entering into. You need to enter into what you have prepared. Why a lot of people are having marital difficulties today is because they didn't prepare for what they are about to enter into. So many people, they thought that marriage is all about sex. Some people thought that marriage is all about, guy, give me money. Husband, I need money. It's more than that. A lot of things are involved. A lot of things are hinged on it. If you get it wrong, your life will go wrong. If you get it right, your life will go right. So if you are going to live a healthy and a prosperous life, you need an atmosphere of love and peace to do that. And that man that you'll be married tomorrow, that man that you'll be getting married to, or that have married you, is the one that bears the ultimate role of what will happen, of the way the atmosphere in your home will look like. That's why if a man is a cheat, if a man is a chronic cheat, you will always see pain and tears and resentment in the atmosphere of his home. So having this understanding, what should you do? Then you need to be careful the type of man you'll be getting married to tomorrow. Remember what I say. Every man represents a generation. Every man will always reproduce himself in his children. Every man represents a destiny and a foundation for the future generation. Every man determines the future of his children. Your life as a woman depends on your husband, not only on God alone and you. Your husband has a say as well. And your husband is equally the one that will determine the atmosphere in your family. Your health equally depends on the kind of man you are married to. So if you are an intelligent woman, if you're a wise woman, I leave the choice. I leave the choice making to your discretion. You need to choose wisely. You don't need to be careless. You don't need to be emotionally careless when it comes to the issue of the man that you will spend the rest of your life with. And if you have watched this content to this point, please, I will want you to subscribe. At least you can use the subscription. If subscription is free, you can use it to subscribe. Say, thank you, Relationship Mystery, for this powerful content you have released to us to know, for this knowledge you have given to us today. You can use your like the video, turn on the notification button, because more powerful videos are yet to come. And then make sure you share. Invite your family members, tell your children about this channel, tell your wife, your husband, invite your friends, so that they can know what they're supposed to know, that will guarantee a prosperous and a successful relationship and marriage for them tomorrow. And I will want you to watch the next video that is coming up. 5 classes of women that you need to know about. The video is coming up now and it's a must watch.